Good morning. How are you doing? I'm Mr. Ish. Thank you for joining me. I will be presenting in the coming weeks, perhaps in the near future, some of the subject matters that are related to the end of pre-calculus topics, but these are very important, especially for students who are going to go into calculus 2 and 3, where you have the double variable calculus or multivariable calculus coming into play. The reason being, when you're looking at the topics of such as rotation, conics, polar coordinates, all of that, that's the initial points of those higher level calculus subjects, the initial subject matters that you study over there. It's important to understand some of these rotations that come about. It doesn't matter if you're going to calculus 2 or 3 or not, but if you want to master pre-calculus, then you should still know this. So let's look at this. We're starting here with the basics, then slowly over the near future we can start adding more. We have to learn how to relate a point in the xy and in the x prime y prime system. If a point is an xy, a coordinate pair, how can you relate it among the two systems and what exactly it is that I'm talking about? Consider this. Here is a typical xy plane. You know, this right here is exactly what we've seen all along. Now, if supposedly you were to rotate the axis, you develop a new x-axis and you develop a new y-axis. But in all instances, the origin still stays the same. But you see how you've developed a new set of planes? That's exactly what we're talking about. The original is the xy system. The rotated axis is your x prime, y prime system. If you have a specific point in the xy system, how does it relate with regards to a rotation now in the new system? And that's exactly what we are learning in this video, because this is some of the preliminary fundamental you have to learn. The material. If you want to consider everything, you have to do so with regards to two equations which help you do this exact procedure we're talking about. One is this. Your substituted x value becomes this: x prime cosine theta minus y prime sine theta. You can memorize these or you can write them out if you want on the side. You don't have to necessarily memorize everything. Your new y value becomes x prime sine theta plus y prime cosine theta. And you see how the difference are. In all instances we have the x prime and the y prime, but here you have a flip in regards to the cosine and the sine and the sine and the cosine, and then you have a flip here with regards to the signs, minus and positive. Whenever you're presenting a point in one system, we'll call that xy point in one system, and it has a certain r, which is the hypotenuse, and this is what I'm talking about. If you have a certain point here P, you have a certain x dimension, you have a certain y dimension, you have a certain angle here, a right triangle develops, you have a certain r, the distance from the origin to that point P. That point P is made of a certain x and a y coordinate value, each of those. That distance r from the origin to that point never changes with regards to which system you're looking at. Whether you're looking here in the xy system or whether you're looking at a point in the x prime y prime system, with regards to this r value, the distance from the origin to that point will always stay the same no matter what system you're looking at. And how you go from one system to the other is by means of a rotation. So the best way perhaps to understand how you relate a point in either systems is to look at a few examples, and that's what we will do so in this video. We can start our very first question with this. We have a certain point in the xy system which is 0, 2, and the axis undergoes a 90-degree rotation. How can we present a new point in the x prime y prime system? It's not hard. Everything works and goes through with those equations. We have a certain x value here, y value. In all instances your angle is 90 degrees. You just have to start plugging away your x, and looking right over here, you have a 0, then you have a cosine 90 minus y, you have a 2 and sine 90. Remember, in all instances your angle is still pi over 2 or 90. Let's go to the second equation, y. Y here is going to be 0 but sine of 90 plus y prime over there 2 but cosine of 90. It's not too hard. Some of these items are easy. Sine of 90 and cosine of 90, well, cosine of 90 is a 0. Here it zeroes out, but let's look at this one right here. Minus 2 sine 90 will be a minus 2. 0 sine 90 will be a 0. So that tells you in terms of this x value and y value, we're looking at a minus 2 comma 0. This right here would be your point P, which has transformed from the xy system to the x prime y prime system. If you want to graph it, you can. Originally you're looking at a 0, 2, which was right over here, 0, 2 in the x and in the y system, but everything underwent a 90-degree rotation. So what was originally your y became now your x prime axis. What was originally your x became now your y prime axis, and this point over here with regards to this new setup is now minus 2 comma 0. It makes sense. In all instances here, the r value here is still equal to 2, and in this new system the r value here is still equal to 2. You just have to do a square plus b square is equal to c square. A square plus b square equals c square, and its r here is 2, and right likewise here a square plus b square, and then the square root of that will still give you a distance here from the origin to your point to be 2. So this is exactly the format you follow with regards to relating a point in the xy and the x prime y prime system. Let's just look at a few more examples. We have a point here 3 comma 3. Your axis undergoes a 45-degree rotation. How does this point now relate in the new x prime y prime system right here? How does it present itself in that axis, set of axes? I'll show you. You have to do everything again with that. X is equal to, and here you have x and y values, your theta is there. X prime will be 3. Cosine 45, sine 45 in all instances always 1 over root 2, so you can just arbitrarily put that in. 3 times cosine 45 will be 3 over root 2, minus y is 3, and then sine 45 is a root 2, a 1 over root 2, and you're seeing that. The y, you have to plug the values here. You have a 3 over root 2, because sine and cosine of 45 is always 1 over root 2, which is multiplying with these things, so you're getting a 3 over root 2 in all instances, plus 3 over root 2. Your new x value here, your x coordinate value is a 0, but your new one over here is a 6 over root 2. So what's your new coordinate pair? It'll be 0 comma 6 over root 2. That's exactly what it'll be. If you want to graph it, we can. In the traditional xy plane, you have a certain point 1 2 3 1 2 3, which is 3 comma 3, but then everything over here underwent a rotation of 45 degrees. So this became your new x prime, and that became your new y prime axis. So in that plane, now the specific point is this 0 comma 6 over 2, and we don't have to be 100% accurate. What's 6 divided by root 2? Let me just get an idea. 6 divided by root 2, I'm getting a 4.24. So it'll be a point somewhere over here, and that right there is my new point. But in all instances, if this right here is your original triangle, this r value, the r value here in all instances will still be the same. And you can see that to be the case. If this is 3, then the r over here is a 3 root 2. 3 root 2 should be equal to that, and it will be the case. And you'll watch it. 6 divided by root 2, I'm getting a 4.24, and the rest. 3 times root 2, I'm getting a 4.24, and the rest. So it's in all instances, everything is always the same with regards to the distance of that new point. Your point in the new axis, the x prime y prime system of axes, is always having the same r value as a point in the original xy system. So the answer to this question here, this right here is your point, but this right here is your point, and the new system is 0 comma 6 over root 2. What we can do is make this our last question, because the technique is not too hard. We have to find the point, this point from the xy system, we have to relate it to the x prime y prime system, and again the formula is there. You have 30 degrees. What we can do is use trigonometric ratios with regards to the angle. A 30-degree angle has a 1, and then you have a 2 and a root 3. Sine of 30 will always be 1 over 2. Cosine of 30 will always be a root 3 over 2, and we can plug these in instead of angles in terms of their decimals. So let's do it. We have x prime cosine theta minus y prime sine theta. For your x, you'll have a 1 times cosine theta. Here's a root 3 over 2, minus you have a 4 over here. Sine 30 is a 1 over 2 for your y. Now let's look at this y value over here. You know over here you have x prime sine theta plus y prime cosine theta, so let's do it. We have 1. Sine theta is a 1 over 2 plus y prime is going to be over here your 4 times cosine theta is a root 3 over 2, which is cosine of 30 degrees. When you open this up, you're having a 1 over 2 plus 2 root 3. So your new point in the x prime y prime system is going to be this root 3 over 2 minus 2 comma 1 over 2 plus 2 root 3. But if you want to present this in a better way, you can do common denominators across. You'll have this coming out. You'll have a root 3 minus 4 over 2 comma, you'll have a 1 plus 4 root 3 over 2. But from here you can isolate a 1 over 2 and push it out. You'll have 1 over 2, and then your x value and your y value will be root 3 minus 4 comma 1 plus 4 root 3 with a 1 or 2 pushed outside. So this right here is your new x value, this right here is your new y value in the x prime y prime system, and it should be good. So that's pretty much what I want to show you. The main point over here is you have a certain xy system, and then when you rotate the axis you end up in the x prime y prime system, and you can relate a point from either systems, one to the other or the other back, by means of that certain rotation, and these are the substitutions which come into play. In all instances, remember the r value, the distance of that point in either system never changes with regards to the origin. Here, if you were to determine the r value here, you'd be a square plus b square is equal to c square, where c square is representing your r. You'll have a root of a 17. In this instance, your r should be root of a 17, and we can show it to you. We would just have to compute this on the calculator. Let's do this. You'll have the x value, which is a root 3 minus 4 divided by 2, and I'll square that. That represents my a square, and I'll save it. Now let's look at the y value. 4 times 3 root plus 1 divided by 2, and I'll square this. That represents my b square. b square plus that a square, and we'll root it. So we have root 17. So in all instances, the r value is good, and that right there is a good test to show you indeed that your rotated point, your original point are the same. So when in doubt, always compute the r value, and if they are the same in both, you're most likely correct with regards to your point relation. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.